Welcome to Larkin Learning Labs. In this episode, we're going to learn how to make a cone hinge. All right, so I got to get into it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull over this box or cube, and the next thing you're going to pull in is going to be this paraboloid. Well, in the paraboloid, you're not going to change any of the dimensions yet. What we're trying to create is something that looks like this. So, if you don't know what I'm doing right now and all the buttons I'm pushing, go back to some of my other basics of Tinkercad tutorials, and you can learn those skills there. All right, so I'm going to rotate this paraboloid 90 degrees, and then I'm going to use my arrow keys and just kind of pull it into the middle, or kind of like that, inside of this cube. Next thing what I want to do is I want to align this cube. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, select both of these, and then press the align button. These little dots will tell me when it's aligned. The middle dot, now this paraboloid is in the middle. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size of this cube by going to the middle part there and going to 25. That will give me a perfect thing there. Now I'm going to select the paraboloid. I'm going to duplicate it, and you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. But I want you to also hit this little light bulb here, and that will get rid of one of the paraboloids. So select this paraboloid and click the hole button. All right, so now that is transparent, and that will create a hole once we select both and group them together. All right, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is hit this light bulb again, and all of a sudden that original paraboloid comes back. Now I'm going to select this paraboloid, go down to the bottom, and I'm going to select 0.5. So every time I hit the arrow key, it's going to pull it back 0.5, and this just makes it a little bit easier, and I don't move it around. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 times in this paraboloid, and now if I zoom in on this, I can see that there is a hole around the outside of the paraboloid, and it should be floating inside of there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to duplicate them, pull it to the other side, all right, and I'm going to rotate while having this all selected still. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. All right, perfect. So now one of the last things I want to do is I want to grab a cylinder. I'm going to grab a cylinder, rotate this 90 degrees, and get it in the middle here, like this. All right, and then I'm going to make it a little bit smaller by going to this middle dimension there, and this one here, and kind of pulling that in like there. The biggest thing is I just don't want any holes in between these two, so they're solid together. The last thing I want to do is make sure that this is centered. So I'm going to select this, and select this by holding down the shift button. And we're going to align these. And if we look, this is already in gray, so these are already aligned. All right, perfect. So now, if I select these, I have my hinge. Now I need to also add this part right here, which is really just a round roof. And I rotated it this way. Hold it to one side. I need to make it as tall as the others. Should be, oh, I know why, because it's not at 0. There we go. Now I'm at 0. I'm gonna make sure this is touching here. I'm just gonna pull this straight across like that, and I can make sure it's the right size by selecting all of this, by holding down shift, and I can see my final dimension, 78.5. So if this is 78.5, it should be the same distance. Perfect. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do is just add a tube. I like this tube like this, and then I'm going to make sure that it is also 20, and then I can pull it out like this, And that's how I got that kind of weird looking thing there. And that's all. Last thing I got to do for this is I'm going to select everything and group it, and it should all become one color. And then now I can just resize it by holding down shift and going to a corner. I can make it any size I want. Now, to be able to link these all together, you're going to need to create something else to be able to put these together, but that's for another video. But that is how you create a cone hinge. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please subscribe, please hit the like button, and hopefully I will see you soon. Have a good day.